which is about 40 minutes from where I live. And I got to turn this goddamn signal off on my phone here. Okay. I was shopping at Janesville, and this is the summertime, and I stepped out to the car, and I had a pocket T-shirt on, and cell phone was in my left-hand pocket, like that. So I bent over to put the groceries in the car, and I thought my cell phone was going to fall out, grabbed my left chest. They're in a van, blacked out, looking at me, and the father says, it looks like the target. They used to refer to me as the target. It looks like the target is having a heart attack. What should we do? So the father says, I'm going to call in. So he called in, and the guy by the name of Greg answered the phone. Told him, Greg says, I'll get back to you. A couple of minutes later, a person got on the phone, identified himself as David Miscavige, and said to them, listen, if it's his time to die, don't intervene. Let him die.
Oh,
now,
man.
when I heard that, and by the way, if you want to watch this, go to my website, therealronmiscavige.com, and you can watch the whole interrogation of these guys, and you hear Dowell saying that. That's all you have to do. You can do it.
That's outrageous. That is tough.
Well, that was the end for me, because I went into where they wanted to check my car out, and they found out there was a tracer on my car that had been taken, told by the scratches that was there. And Nick Pye said to me, do you have any idea why you're being followed? And I says, well, look, I'm the father of the chairman of the board, so they may be worried about me because I'm a security risk, and maybe David was concerned about my health. And I remember Nick saying, Ronnie, I don't know how I'm going to tell you this, but I got to tell you. And he told me what David said. And it changed me at that point. I thought, you know what? I'm going to fucking do something about this. This just can't go on. That was probably the point I decided I would write a book. And then into that, I got in with Sean, getting my own website. And you can hear this interview on the website, which is worth hearing. I'm telling you. You'll hear what they're saying that I said, you know?
That is just heart-wrenching. I mean, I can't imagine what it's like to hear your own son say, if it's your time to go. I mean, that's...
Yeah, see, I wouldn't do it about a stranger. I'd do something to help him. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. What today, now that you're more vocal and you've got the book out, how did he react to the book when it came out?
I have no idea.
So you have had
no idea, Kyle.
Zero communication with him whatsoever since.
Oh yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I called after this, and I wanted to tell the guys to stop following me, and they put an attorney on the phone with me, and this guy's going back and forth, and I said, look, just call these fucking watchdogs off. I don't want it, you know? And zero result. I might as well talk to myself in a goddamn telephone booth with nobody on the other end for as much good as that.
Do you ever reach out?
You know?
Like even now, let's say in the years since you've left, like Christmases, birthdays, is there ever a time where you just stop and you're like, I need to try it just one more time to see if I can reconnect with? Like, do you try to send a communication with him on your end?
No, because I know it's not going to go. Listen,
right.
Listen to me carefully.
Sure.
You do what I did, you're done forever. You're done forever in his eyes. You know, are you familiar with Dante's Inferno?
Oh yes.
Above it says, ye who enter here abandon all hope. And if you leave and do what I did, there's no hope for any forgiveness or any getting back together. But I am going to do something probably within the next 3 weeks. And as a matter of fact, if you want, I'll let you guys know what it is. And it may be effective.
Yeah.
It may be effective.
Please.
Because it's a bit unusual. And it has to do with music. How do you like that? But I'll tell you later. If you really want to know, I'll get Sean to get in touch with you, okay?
Absolutely. We would love that. Steve, do you want to ask the question you had?
Yeah, I have a couple questions. This is maybe going back a little bit, but I am curious because I've been taking notes from the audience live chat and from Super Chats. But you had mentioned earlier about how the church goes after people with, obviously it's called the fair game policy that people are aware of now. But my question is, how is it that people, even in this day, don't realize that when they go after people, disparaging their character and attacking the credibility like they've done to you, that this is just a policy that they have, that they do to everybody? I mean, so my question is, how does anybody take them seriously when they do this? It's like they know that this is their modus operandi.
Well, they don't take them serious these days. Years ago, they would take them serious, and they would get scared. But these days, they figure, it's a bunch of shit. I'll tell you what it's like. If you were walking down the street and the person was walking a bulldog and the bulldog barked at you, would you stop and argue with the bulldog and say, hey, why did you bark at me? You'd be off your fucking rocker to do it. And the same thing with these sites they put up on people. They're like barking dogs, so you just ignore it. And I'll tell you,
that's excellent advice, actually. Yep.
I don't give a shit what they do. Let them do what they want to do. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's excellent advice. My other question is, how difficult is it when somebody realizes that they have been conned? Obviously, there are people that they wake up and they go, shit, I have been totally fucking wrong this entire time. I've spent all this money. I've gotten shit from it. I have been duped. I've been conned. I feel stupid. How difficult is that process for them to come back from that?
Well, it's not as difficult as staying conned, I can tell you that, because there's no real end result of just wallowing in your old self-pity and saying, I wasted all the years, woe is me. That's a waste of fucking time. So when this happens, you might say, you know what? I'm going to go on the internet and I'm going to see what other people who have gone now have done. And maybe you get in touch with people. And this happens. You'll call other people who have left. And many times you'll get some help from them. Maybe get a job, a place to stay, or some good advice on what to do. It's the people who left. A lot of them help each other. That's a fact, man.
I know that we're kind of we're getting we're a little over our hour actually, but I didn't want to stop because this is fascinating. We're going to kind of get the super chats now from the live chat. KC, I know that you had a question. Do you want to go ahead and kick that in real quick before we jump over to super chats?
Yeah, so Steve kind of touched on it. He said something about how you spend all of this money. And so part of being in Scientology, you give them all your money, right? So you're left with really no money of your own, no. Go ahead.
Well, not necessarily all of your money, but more than all of your own money. Many people who want to buy these services are talking into getting second and thirds on their house that they can't afford, and they end up going bankrupt and even losing their house.
Is this a tactic that's meant to basically keep you in the church because you have no money to get out? You can't afford to live outside, and you basically need the church community in order to have like a life.
Well, look, when you've spent as much money as a lot of people have spent, and that's hundreds and maybe $200,000, I'm telling you, it's very difficult to say, I've been fucking fooled. I've been conned. So you're hoping that the next level is going to give you that lift that's going to turn you into a super powerful being, and you're going to be able to make money easily. Girls will fall all over it, whatever your dreams are. And it doesn't happen. People keep on throwing money at it. And there's a saying like in Philadelphia, don't throw good money after bad. And that's a very good thing.
You're invested.
There's actually a fallacy. It's called the sunk cost fallacy. It seems to be that something that they implement. Yeah. They've already invested so much, you might as well go to the next level kind of thing. So
they use in the what is it? Not the confessions that they do, but those sessions that they do where they record it, either video or writing, and they can use that against you as well.
Well, not they can. They do. I mean, it's not that they can do it. They do it. There's no priest penitent in the church. They say there is. Look, they'll say anything that comes in their fucking mind. Yeah, come on. These are people who have no scruples. Everything is this. back up the church, back up the chairman of the board. Everything has to go for that. And if you don't do that, then you're considered out ethics, and you'll get what they call sec check, which is short for security check. That's done like auditing, but because it's a security check, they say, I'm not auditing you. That means they can use this against you. Now, look, you go in the Catholic Church, you go to confessional. That priest doesn't have a video camera pointing at you and a tape recorder. They're unique in it. And they use it against you. They use it against people.
Steve, did you want to go ahead and read the super chats before we kind of wind down?
Sure. It definitely seems to me that everything the church does is for their advantage. It's definitely psychological manipulation. It's obviously something that they will do whatever it takes to keep people in, and it to me is just vile. But anyways, I got a couple of super chats. Dave asked, and this isn't a super chat, but it's from the live chat. What is the biggest difference in now compared to when you were at Golden Era Productions? And I guess he means in reference to the church or how life is. I'm not quite sure.
Well, if it's in reference to my life, it's like night and day. Look, I'm playing music 6 days a week. I'm interviewing other people on my podcast. I do gigs during the day. I help people to get rolling in some things if they need some help. I'm free, though. I mean, I can do anything I want. Whereas with the church, everything you do is just measured out. You wake up in the morning, you go to breakfast at 9 o'clock. 9:30, you have a muster. You go and study till noon. You go to eat at noon. 12:30, there's another muster. You go to work till 5 o'clock. Eat till 5:30, there's another muster. Then at 9:30 at night, there's another muster. Your whole fucking life is controlled from morning to night, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's the difference. Freedom versus slavery.
Yeah,
like
fuck
prison.
That shit, to be honest with you.
And you're getting paid
Sounds worse.
$50. You're getting paid $50 a week when you get paid. Because there were times, a 3-year period where I looked at my pay vouchers. Not one penny was paid into Social Security in about 3 years. So, that's the difference.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
That is crazy. Ian Bond, $5 ask, is there anything I should specifically mention or avoid when talking to a Scientologist?
No.
Good answer.
Say what you want. Say what they
Say what you got to
Say
say
it
to
all.
them. There you go.
Absolutely.
Say it all. Just let it
whatever you
flow.
want to say. Yeah, ask
That's
me a
what I
question.
say.
Look,
Yeah, why not?
have you achieved superpowers? Then why are you doing it?
Can you fly?
Look.
Is that true? Is that they believe that they could fly at some OT level?
If you accidentally say the right thing, and the guy says, "You know what? I'm out of it. Fuck it," you've done it good. But if you try
Bring
to
up
play
Xenu.
game and just
No, I've
It's a
heard
great
though
story,
that
though.
one of
Yeah,
one
Chris
of the
told
OT
us that
levels
story about Xenu. It's incredible. I mean, incredible.
Yeah, Xenu is. But is
Well,
it true
I
that they believe
remember-
that at a certain level you can fly, that you actually have superpowers, that you can, like, I don't know, walk through walls, heal things, and all kinds of stuff like that?
Not with your body, but as a spiritual being. In other words,
Astrally.
Yeah, astrally, right.
Okay.
Now,
Gotcha.
with Xenu and the story about this galactic warlord, when I read that data, I'll tell you what I thought. The problem was in this sector of the universe, in 76 planets, was overpopulation, 150 billion people per planet. And these people were drugged or squirted with liquid oxygen and captured as souls and put in these spaceships that look like DC-7s and flown to Earth. And I thought, no, wait a minute. If your overpopulation is 150 billion, how many fucking planes would you need to get people here to put them around the volcano and explode an atomic bomb? Logistically, it didn't make sense to me. Logistically. But I'm going to tell you, you've been in so long, you say, well, this doesn't make sense, but I'm going to accept it. And I'll try to see if I can make it work. Do you understand how that works? Because everything, they've gained your confidence, and you might not believe it, but you'll say, okay, I accept it.
That's faith. That's faith in a nutshell.
Yep.
Yeah,
Steve?
I think it was DC. I think it was DC 8, by the way, wasn't it? DC 8. Not there's a
Yeah,
huge difference.
whatever.
Both like McDonald's.